Hello learners, welcome to session 3 of unit 4, selected response items. I am Munkaila Dasmani, your course instructor for this course. By the end of this session, you should be able to explain what selected response items are, identify the different types of selected response items, give suitable examples of each type of selected response items, and also construct selected response items for yourself or your students. Good. What are selected response items? Selected response items are items that require students to respond to a prompt by selecting an appropriate response, usually from options that are provided, and that is the selected response items. The question or statement for each item is usually called a stem. The student picks from a variety of potential answers, the correct response and one or more incorrect responses, and the incorrect choices we usually call them the distractors. So we have a stem, we have correct response, and we have distractors. The stem being your question, the responses, the correct one will be the correct response, and then those that are not the answers, normally we call them the distractors. The item response is scored using an answer key. The number of distractors may vary between 1 and 4. It depends on, even some cases, just sure you can get 5 and even 6. Selected response item, normally we call them objective assessment items, are very efficient once the items are created. You can assess and score a great deal of content rather quickly. So that is the selected response item. You can refer them as the objective test. So let's look at the multiple choice items. Multiple choice items consist of a stem, that's question or statement with a number of options, usually 4 or 5, which include only one correct option. The other options are referred to as distractors, so I've talked about that already. So selected response items. So let's look at some types of multiple choice item types. So here we are going to discuss two types of multiple choice items. One is the single best or correct response items. This may exist in two forms. The first being the direct response, and then other be the fill in blank. The multiple response type. So we talk about the single best or correct response type. That one is two forms. They also have the multiple response type. This consists of a stem followed by several true or false statements or words. Respondent selects the statement which could complete the stem. Okay, so how do you construct multiple choice items? So in multiple choice items, all the options should be plausible and homogeneous in content. That's the first step. It should be homogeneous in content. If the answers are talking about food, A, banana, B, pineapple, maybe fruits, orange, then you go and bring C, goat. You see, it's not homogeneous. It should be homogeneous. Okay. Options should be similar in length and grammatical form, and that's so that it doesn't provide clue. It should be similar in length. Okay. List options in alphabetical or in ascending numerical order. So it can be from lowest to highest, others to try from highest to lowest. Of course, if the answer is 8, you can start from maybe 2, or maybe 2, 6, 8 in that order, or maybe 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, or in that order. It should be in alphabetical order. It depends on the choice. Either you want to use all even numbers, all prime numbers. It depends on the choice of your question. Okay. The stem inside of the option should contain the central issue of the item. It should be concise and easy to understand. So you shouldn't let the answers, the exact thing to be, or the central idea of the question to be in the or the answer option should be in the stem. That should be the central idea or issue. The options should be arranged vertically and not horizontally. Some people have A, B, C, D all in one line. No, it's not good. It should be vertically. No option should contain specific determinant, which are close to the best option. You cannot do that. And you provide answers, and one contains a clue or something that gives best option or throw the question, or that's very bad. Okay, so the next one is the placement of the correct option should not follow any recognizable pattern. So if you conduct the exams, maybe 10, you want number 1 A, number 2 B, number 3 C, D. The answers should follow in that pattern. So when the student identify, the student will not even read the question again. They will just write the answers for you. So you should not follow any pattern for the student to see. Ensure that the answer to one item does not depend on knowledge of previous item or of a previous item. The question should be different. The previous item should be totally different from the next item. The answer should not match. But in some instances, they can give you some information that use this information to answer question 5 and 7. So here you cannot say the answer should the knowledge should not match because the clue has been given, the information has been given. But once you are done with that, then the next question should be totally different from such clue. Okay, where negative framing of a stem is desired, underline or capitalize the word not. So some people write all the following are importance of food except. The except here is negation here. You should underline, make it bold. Either you make it capital letter except, or you bold underline except, or you underline the except. Not only the except, something like not. So try to get those words highlighted. Ensure that the answer to one item is not revealed in another items. They may only be used in the correct response type of multiple choice items. So answer in one item should not be revealed in the another item. Okay, so I was referring to the IX where negative framing of stem is desired. So the X says that ensure that the answers to one item is not revealed in the another item. I've talked about that already. XI, avoid using the following as options in the best response type of multiple choice. None of the above, all of the above is not best, so avoid using those kinds of words. Advantages. Scoring is easy, accurate, and efficient. Objective, just map, you just finish. You don't need to think much. It's time saving when scoring. Student writing is minimized, so you can look for more of the disadvantages in using multiple choice items. The first, they are relatively more difficult to construct. Just you have to look for your distractors, your stem, and then the correct response. And then even sometimes your distractors, how to arrange them is not easy, so they are actually difficult. Unlike theory, you can just solve the following equations and equations are there, but this one should add a solution that you know the answer as well as also distractors in that sense. Item rating could be time consuming. Similar to what I've explained earlier, they are prone to guessing. Students can just guess and make choices if they don't know. Sometimes even out of laziness, they don't waste their time to read the entire question. They just see the question, they make guess and choose, select some. Okay, so you can look for more. Matching items. So let's see what is the matching items. Matching items consists of two lists of words or images, often referred to as terms and responses. Students review the list of terms and match each with a word, phrase, or image from the list of responses. So how do you construct the matching items? Responses should be short, homogeneous, and arranged in logical order. Responses should be plausible and similar in the length and grammatical form. Include more responses options than stems. as a general rule, the stems should be longer and the response should be shorter. So you can see them in the, sometimes they be in table, one in your left, one in your right. You do the left one, you come and proceed and get the answers in the right hand side. Normally, when they were agric in the junior high school, this matching items normally happens in agric exams, but nowadays some happen in science, social, even mathematics. Okay. True or false items. A true false item consists of a statement to be marked true or false. So when the answer is true, just write true. If it's false, write false. A respondent is expected to demonstrate his or her command of the material by indicating whether the given statement is true or false. So you have to justify your solution. Okay. So types of true false items. One is simple true false item. It consists of only two choices, that's true or false. We have compound true or false item. Consists of two choices, true and false, plus a conditional completion response. So that is a compound true or false item. So here the respondent is required to indicate whether a statement is true or false. If, for example, a statement is false, the respondent is also required to indicate that or what make it false. You state with the reason. Multiple true or false item consists of a stem, 3 or 4 or 5 options. A respondent indicates if the options are true or false. Now, guidelines in constructing true or false items. So go through the guidelines that is in your course material as well as internet. Okay, here is also part of the guidelines. The selected response items, and they include a multiple choice single best or correct response, and that may be direct response or fill in blank. And the second selected response item is multiple choice response. The next is matching items, and then the last was true or false, which you know.